Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merch Enterprises and ATM Mastermind group page. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 common questions that people ask about the wireless devices. Always remember, we have an ATM A to Z course that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. We also have an ATM Mastermind group page that's free to join for like-minded individuals just like yourself who want to learn a little bit more about the ATM business and getting a like-minded community of other ATM business owners. Always remember, here at the ATM Mastermind group page, we're teaching you how to buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. So with further ado, here we go. Question number 1, how much is the wireless device? All right, well, there's a couple different ways you can go, a couple different answers to that question. So you can choose to buy it. So if you want to buy usually the wireless device, it's going to be anywhere from about $149 to $200 depending on what you get and who you get it from. All right. The other thing is you can also lease it. Now, how much is it going to be to lease it? A lease is going to go anywhere from about $12 all the way to $20, again, depending on who you go with and what it is. Sometimes the Verizon will charge more, sometimes AT&T will charge less, but you got to figure out what works best for you in your area. Now, should I buy, should I lease? Which way should I go, Phil? That's going to be a personal preference. What I would probably do is, you know what, maybe in the beginning you might want to lease it and see if it works for you. That way you can always hand it back. Okay, if you buy it, let's call it $159, and then what you'll have to do is pay the wireless charge every month. That could be $10 a month, $15 a month. So it's going to be that price plus the wireless. All right, so you got to figure out what works best for you and how to do it. But I'm going to give you the options this way and see if these options make sense. Point number 2, where do I buy it? You can buy it. There's a lot of companies that sell it. We sell it. We also lease it. Our prices are $159 for a wireless device and then $10 a month, or you can lease it from us for $18.95. And sometimes you want to lease because, you know what, right now we were selling, if you buy one, it was 2Gs, we sold 2Gs, we sold 3Gs, we're on 4Gs selling it right now. But keep in mind, 5G is coming. So you might want to say, you know what, all I want to do is lease this right now, and then when 5G comes out, I'm going to go to trade it in and buy a 5G. So it just depends on what you want to do. Keep in mind, once you buy it, you own it, and if they go from the next G, whatever that is, if let's say past 5, it's 6, you're going to own that device. Keep in mind, right now, we are currently operating 2Gs, 3Gs, 4Gs. Hopefully when 5G is released, we're going to operate those too. And they're still functioning in everyday society, so you don't really have to worry about it. I think we still got another 2 years left for the 2G before they set it up. The other thing is, if you have a mobile unit or a mobile event, it's always better not to have the current, let's say 4 or 5G, because it's just, think of it like a highway. We want to go down the path least traveled. So everybody's on 4G. Right now, a mobile event's always good to have like a 2G or a 3G during that time. So when all those people come into that mobile event, or let's say fireworks, they light the fireworks off at night, maybe around 9 or 10, we get thousands of people eating up that bandwidth, taking pictures, and you're trying to get ATM transactions. So you want to always keep some of the older devices around. Just a little tip for your mobile device. Tip number 3, is wireless the best option? What should I do, Phil? Should I get a wireless device? Should I not get a wireless device? So I'm going to give you all the scenarios so you can make the decision what's best for you. Now, in my studies and in my travels, what we found is so you're going to get about 3 service calls a year if you're not on wireless. Okay, what'll happen is their internet will go down. They'll call you and say the ATM doesn't work. You'll go out to the location and you'll find out, hey, it's their internet's down, not your ATM. Sometimes their internet will go down and they'll call you anyways, and they'll say, your ATM's causing us a problem. You better get out here, our internet's down. Well, most of the time it's not your ATM, it's their router, it's their switch, it's their internet. But you're gonna go out there because that phone call to you is free for them. And because you're really smart in the ATM business, you'll know how to diagnose their problem, and they're gonna call on you for that diagnosis. And it's free for them. Now you're gonna get in your car, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna figure out, you know what? The router just had to be reset, or their switch had to be unplugged and plugged in. all right? Or maybe there was something else on the line that was causing that issue for their internet to be down. And you're gonna have to diagnose those problems and then take care of that situation. Now, that's, if you're okay with that and you wanna save, you know, let's call it the $200 plus the monthly charge, then you're gonna do that. If you don't, then you can go to wireless route, and again, it's gonna cost you, let's say, between $150 and $200 and then a monthly charge. But all that time, once they call you and they say, you know what, our internet won't work, can you come out here? You say, you know what, that's on you, because I have a wireless device now on my ATM, and you're gonna have to call your internet provider. Also, one other thing is they're gonna switch their internet about every 2 to 3 years. They might, here in Illinois, our big two competitors are AT&T and Comcast. I don't know wherever you're at in your part of the country, I'm sure you have different providers that are competitors, and they're gonna switch from cable to phone or phone to cable and vice versa because of the package and the bundling. So you just wanna keep that in mind. See if that makes sense to you to eliminate those service calls, or you're okay with that whenever they call. It's up to you. It's just, that's, now you know the price of that if you decide to go that route. All right? Point number 4, is the wireless device reliable in rural areas? That's gonna be a case-by-case basis. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yes it is. Most of the time, if we look at the Verizon map, you know, they say it virtually covers the whole US, and it does, but there are those areas where it doesn't. So the best thing to do is to try a device out, see if it works, and if you have any problems, then you know it doesn't work. It's simple as that. AT&T is also another situation that you can use with your wireless device. You'll have a choice of Verizon or AT&T. We used to have Sprint in there too. Sprint wasn't that reliable. Now I think they changed it to T-Mobile, but AT&T and Verizon are your two big dogs in the space, and you have to figure out, does it work? For us, I would say 9 out of 10 we have a Verizon. We have 1 out of 10 that's an AT&T, just because Verizon isn't strong in that area, so we went the other way, tried it out. If it doesn't work with Verizon, doesn't work with AT&T, then your next course of action is either to hook up a local phone line and or patch into their internet if they have it. Point number 5, okay, what's my choices? Again, what I told you is we started with 2G, so there's wireless devices that are on 2G, 3G, 4G, and soon to go to 5G. So we're not quite yet at 5G. They're starting to roll those out pretty soon. We're just not there yet. But keep in mind, they're still not shutting down even the 2Gs we got until 2022. So we're still reliable. It's still working. We can still utilize that. But from time to time, we want to figure out, if we bought them, we want to look at upgrading to a 4G or a 5G. If we're leasing them, we want to trade those in and get the new 4 or 5Gs. So hope all those tips are helpful. Always remember, you can join the ATM Mastermind group page. It's free to join for like-minded individuals just like yourself. Always remember that you can like and subscribe down below. Help us out on our channel. Always remember to comment if you have a comment or a question. Thank you very much for commenting, but please do so over and over again. It helps with the algorithm and building our channel to be the best in the industry. Thank you. Also, we have an ATM A to Z course that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. And you know what? We're going to throw one more tip over to the ATM Mastermind group page. And I see you guys over at the ATM Mastermind group page. Thank you.